I feel like you got annoyed of me at one point. Let me start the intro. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's kind of hot in here.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back to another video. Today I'm filming with Alexis.
What's
And
up?
if you guys don't know, this is a close friend of mine. Drinking my cup.
The rosé.
The rosé.
Is that what it is?
It is. Yeah. So long story short, we actually went to the same grammar school, and we weren't friends back then or in high school, but we met because I worked at Target, and I think she started around the same time, right?
I started like after her, like a few months after her.
A couple months after.
Mm-hmm.
In 17. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we met in 2016. It was 2016.
Okay, we met in 2016. We worked at Target, and then from there we became friends. Oh, because I found out she listened to Ludfo.
Yeah, that's how we bonded. That was like our ratchet days.
And we were friends for a while. In 2017 is when I had just got out of a serious relationship. It was bad. And then I got my own apartment October 2017, right?
No, this was 2018.
No, it was 2017.
It was 2017. It was.
So I got my apartment by myself October of 2017. And I was only there for like 2-3 weeks until I had asked her to move in with me because she was going through just problems of her own. So I said, move in with me. I have an extra, well, technically not an extra room. It was,
so how the apartment was, it was a basement, and then there was a room, and then there was no door, and then there was like space for a living room. And basically what we did was I took the room, and then she like made her bedroom where the living room would have been. Yeah.
So it was kind of like a really big dorm.
Yeah, it was a small apartment, but it was like a good size for like both of us, because there was a kitchen.
Yeah, it was really small. I didn't like being alone, so then I had asked her to move in with me that same month in October. I think we moved in like a week after. Mm-hmm. And then we were roommates for a couple months after that.
It was
so
like
that's
7
how we met.
months.
Yeah,
So
it was a while. But that's how we met, and that's how she became my roommate. The first question was there an even split between responsibilities? If so, who got what? So I guess by responsibilities.
Responsibilities, I feel like.
What kind?
Okay, so it was
like what were you responsible for, and what was I responsible for? Which I think like it was evenly like because I feel like responsibilities meant like making sure rent was paid on time, and doors were locked, and we weren't freaking leaving windows open or candles on, and
forgetting our keys.
How did you guys split chores? Okay, so that's where that comes into play. It's not like I made her like make sure she had the fucking bathroom clean before she went anywhere. It wasn't even like that. I just think that when we had her, like, we would have days where we would both be off and we would like only clean.
Yeah.
So you had like bathroom. I had
it was whatever you wanted to clean, you would clean it. Like Erica did not like doing the dishes, and I didn't mind doing the dishes, so I would do the dishes. She sweeping. She liked sweeping and mopping, and I don't like doing that.
But it wasn't like something that we always did and had to do.
It was just
whenever we were free.
Yeah,
or the fucking apartment was dirty.
Right. Yeah, like we would be like, okay, we gotta clean, we gotta sweep, mop, deep clean this whole house, like.
And it wasn't even such a big apartment to the point where it's like
you had to clean all the time.
We had to clean every day. What was the hardest thing about living with each other? That's a good question.
I guess like, I mean, we're two different people, and
would just be straight up. What was like your hardest, like the hardest thing about living with me? Like the one thing that would irk the hell out of you. Be honest, because I'm gonna be honest too.
I feel like at the time, like there were like time periods where I was never home. Like I would literally go home, sleep, and get up and go.
Yeah, because she was in school and working.
I was working 2 jobs and going to school, so there were times where like there were stuff that needed to be done in the house, and Erica would be like when are you gonna do this? Like when are you gonna do that?
Oh, I know what about.
Yeah, and I would kind of be like, I'm gonna do it, like but like I'm
when
not,
I have free time,
right?
Yeah.
So and it was just very like our schedules conflicted because Erica worked a 9 to 5, and then like my schedule was just so random. Like I would go to school, and then like I would either have to go to work, and then on the weekends I would sometimes work both jobs, but like I would be getting home like 11:30 at night. That's the time when Erica was like going to sleep early.
Yeah, and I remember I would be like, you need to sweep.
Yeah, and then I would be
like I did everything else, you need to sweep,
and I'd be like,
which I'm tired, like which I feel bad for now, because I'm like, who the fuck wants to come home from work and school at 12 o'clock at night, and then your roommate's like, did you wash the dish that you dirtied last week?
Yeah, like
no, I get it, but yeah, I guess that was a big pet peeve for her. My biggest pet peeve, or one thing I guess was hard. It wasn't that, I wouldn't say like the cleaning part for me. I think because around the same time, Alexis was like smoking, so I mean I would take my little hit here and there or whatever, but. I didn't like when she would smoke in the house. Like, oh my god, I don't like that it smells like weed in here. And she would have she would go in the bathroom and do it, but you would obviously still smell it.
Like, no shade to anyone who smokes or like into that, like, because I was into it, so I would be a hypocrite to say that, but like I understand like her point of view now, because like I calm down with the smoking and I like rarely do it. So
okay, I'm done eating. Someone said, who cleaned the bathroom? Who cleaned the bathroom?
I feel like I would do that a lot.
Yeah, you did more of the bathroom. Why are all these questions about cleaning?
I know.
Okay, next question. What would y'all do when you got annoyed of each other?
I feel like we would just like...
We wouldn't talk, and we would like separate for like a day.
Yeah.
Like, we would be on our own. Because obviously I had other friends, she had other friends, so we wouldn't talk for, like, a day, maybe. And then eventually we'd talk.
Yeah.
To just, like, cool it off, like.
Right. But we wouldn't, like, argue, like, I don't think.
I mean, we had our fair share of arguments, but they weren't, like...
They were, like, petty.
Yeah, they were, like, dumb. And then we would just not talk for a while, and then, we would just cool off, and that's it.
I think what was irritating for me was when... There was a point where Eric was there all the time.
Oh.
But it was like, whatever.
So that's what got you annoyed at one point.
At one point. Because it was like, we had our times where I would come home from work, and then I would go sit, like, in Erica's room and talk to her. Yeah. And then, like Eric was there. So it was like,
yeah,
I gotta go to sleep. Yeah. But it was, and, like, we didn't have a door.
Yeah, so there was no door between our rooms. And when I first moved in there, I was single. Like, I wasn't talking to anybody like that. So I was not thinking, oh my god, I can't bring guys over. You know, it was not about that. So it didn't bother me. And I don't think it bothered her either. We're girls. Like, who cares? But, so.
But yeah. It was more towards the end. Like, because
in February of 2018. Yeah. That's when, like...
I moved out in, like, July of 2018.
Yeah. So that's when she's saying, like, it would be... Where he would be there a lot, and he was there a lot. Saying you couldn't just walk in and be like, oh my god, my vagina hurts or something. Because he was there.
Right. My vagina hurts.
Wait, no. Another thing that was... It wasn't, like, annoying to the point where I didn't want to live with her, but it was annoying. Where she would come home after work because Target closed at 11:30. And you would come home at, like, 12. And I have to work the next day, or I just don't want to be up at that time. She would text me or call me and be like, can you come park my car? And I'm like, dude. Because at the time, she had, like, a truck. Like, a... It was a 4-door truck. Like, a mini truck, but it was a truck. and she could not park it, she would call me and be like, dude, can you come park my car? Because either one, she'd be high as hell, two, tired as hell, or she just could not park her truck anywhere.
Yeah, I suck at
my next question. How does each roommate feel about the other's relationship in the house?
Okay,
what does that mean?
With that question, I think you guys got confused. I think they thought we're together, like we live together now.
Oh, well, okay.
So
the other person's boyfriend, girlfriend? Or boyfriend?
Yeah, I guess that's what they're asking. But
well, let's just assume that that's what they're asking. So how did you feel about my relationship?
About Eric?
Yeah, I guess. Because
I was only
in
a
relationship.
I was the only...
Well, I wasn't in a relationship. I was just...
They were, like...
talking.
Yeah.
And I'm loyal, so... Whoop.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think, well, Eric wasn't an asshole, so they got along. So it wasn't like she was like,
yeah, it wasn't
I don't
awkward.
like him.
Like, it was like, if I did have to, like, vent about stuff, I would just sit down and talk to both of them. Like, I didn't
while we
care.
were eating or something.
Yeah.
But for you, I know you weren't in a relationship, but nothing really bothered me. Because it's not like you would fucking bring hella niggas over. And
right.
I would be like, Alexis, stop being a slut. Like,
I had a little mini like get together twice.
Oh yeah, we had like maybe 2 get-togethers
where we had
two or 3 couple.
We had like,
but it was mostly her friends because I didn't have any friends, and the friends that I used to have don't talk to me anymore. So
that's okay.
Next question.
All sad. Yeah, drink to that, sis.
Mm-hmm. Does it affect the relationship positively or negative? So I guess our relationship, did it affect it positively or negatively?
I think positively, like...
Oh, for sure positively. I don't think it affected us like in any negative way.
Yeah. Because I think we learned a lot from each other, and we learned from the experience and how we were... If we were
it wasn't to the point where I feel like some people like end up living with someone and then they just don't talk after that because it just didn't go good.
Right.
Like, you know how people's pride is just, like, too high up their asshole, and they just let friendships go because of stuff like that. And that was never between us. I mean, we didn't see each other as often.
Yeah, like,
but it didn't affect us to where it's, like...
I'm never talking to you again, or, you know, block you on social media, all that. Like, no,
or when people just is like, oh, that was that, like, a long-lost thing. Like, we're just not going to rekindle and talk again. That didn't happen.
Yeah, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like... like I got close to Erica and her family too during that time, so it's like why would we stop talking?
Yeah. Like, how were bills split? So obviously our rent was only $600. No, it was 700.
It was 900.
No, it was 7.
Oh, it was 700.
Yeah, it was 7.
Oh, why am I thinking 900? That's a lot.
That's a lot. So it was 700, so we split 350 350. Yeah. So that's obvious. Groceries, we would split it as well.
We would just go shopping together and then split everything. We'll split the payment.
Yeah. And we didn't pay utilities, so we didn't have to split that. But that was about it. That's the only thing we split. Just food.
We would buy our own like soap, body wash.
Yeah, we would.
But we would share. Like if she ran out of like conditioner, obviously like she used mine or toothpaste.
But as far as but as far as like actual bills, we only had rent and food, I would say, and we obviously split that.
Yeah, we got lucky with like your parents gave you a table. Like we had a kitchen table.
So we had already a kitchen table. We didn't have to split that.
Yeah, my dad and my mom, they bought us like a thing of dishes, so we didn't have to buy dishes.
And then I had my own. I had a couple dishes left too.
Yeah.
This is our last question. This is from her boyfriend. He said, "Erica, big fan of yours, and heads up or tips that you'd have for me as far as him moving out, because he is in the process of getting his own apartment. So any tips, and this goes out to anyone that's like scared to move out or anything like that.
I feel like we're at an age where we want to, but
yeah, there's a lot of people that just don't take that step, and that's understandable. But I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. So my biggest tip would have to be, don't move out specifically with a boyfriend or girlfriend. I would say until you guys are like both 100% in it, and then if you're by yourself as like a single person or whatever, well, not Louis because he's not single, but I guess moving out on your own or doing your own thing, I I would say just do it, because I had a lot of, like, I wouldn't say I had a lot of doubt, but I know if I would have gotten comfortable with staying at home, I definitely would not have moved out, because once you get comfortable, you don't want to do anything, you know? So for me personally, I was, in my head, I was like, long story short, I moved out, and I went back. The first time I moved out, I went back to my parents' house, and I was there for maybe 2 weeks. And I didn't have my old room back, so I was in the guest bedroom, which was a lot smaller. And so in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna stay here with my parents. No shade against my parents, but it was just, I had too much shit. So in my head, I'm like, I have to get this done, and if I don't do it now, I'm just gonna stay here. So in that same month, I found an apartment. Well, my sister-in-law found me an apartment, went to check it out, and I literally moved in before the month ended. I wasn't even at my parents' house for a month, and they had told me that they were gonna charge me rent. I didn't even get a chance to pay rent because I wasn't even there for a long time. But I would say just go for it, because if you keep waiting, or you keep I don't know, like, giving yourself excuses that you're not gonna be able to do it financially or physically, I guess, I would say just do it. For me personally, I think it was, I sometimes regret it, because I see that some people, like, I don't know, I honestly personally get jealous, like, when people don't pay rent, or, like, they don't have a lot of responsibilities, or their checks don't go anywhere but their fucking pocket. Like, I get jealous of that, but then in my head, I'm like, I'm not broke or anything, but in my head, I'm like, I know I'm responsible, and I know what to buy and what not to buy, you know? And I don't know. That's the only thing that
you learn to sacrifice, like, the things that you need and the things that you don't need. And, like, it's just necessary sometimes to have your own space and make it your own, like your
do
own
things
space
your own
for
way.
Yourself. Yeah.
You will find a way to eat. You will find a way to go around shit. If you really want to move out and being at your parents is just not it anymore for you, trust me, you will find a way and you will make it happen. Because I was not a saver. Like, I didn't have no type of savings. I sucked at managing my money, and
I didn't have savings either when I moved out.
Yeah, and when I had moved upstairs, I had to basically, like, really, really, really cut down on shit that I didn't need, because obviously I was gonna be living by myself and I wasn't gonna have a roommate. So trust me, you will find a way to make shit work. That's what I recommend. So anyways, to end the video, she ended up moving out July of 2018, which was last year. I would say the only thing, like, I truly feel bad the way shit was, because we didn't talk for like a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah, it was like probably 3 weeks after.
Yeah, because in June or May, my landlord told me that the couple that lived upstairs, which is where I live now, was moving out. And it was a little bit, not a lot bigger, but the ceilings were higher, obviously, because it was an attic. And there was an actual bedroom with a door, and it was brighter up there because there was a lot of windows. So I had told her, hey, I want to move up there. Do you want to stay down here by yourself? And she financially couldn't do it at the time. So I was kind of to the point where, like, I don't want to live down here anymore. And I think, like, the whole, like, smoking thing and the whole, I was just kind of like, I think I need my own space. And honestly, too, that's when me and Eric kind of, like, got serious.
Yeah.
And
he was, like, over all the time.
Yeah, so it was just not appropriate, I guess, to have him over all the time, you know, while she's there and there's no door. So she moved out, and I honestly basically was like, well, if you don't want to find a roommate,
or like keep downstairs by yourself, like, what are you gonna do, or whatever.
Yeah, because I was dead set on, I'm gonna move upstairs by July 1st of 2018.
And then for me, I mentioned it, like, to my parents, and they were just like, come back. And I came back, and my room used to be upstairs, and now I'm down here. Like, I have the basement, a room in the basement, and it's bigger than any of the rooms upstairs, so it worked out.
Yeah, because I think you're in a good place now. So everything obviously happens for a reason, and That's the one thing I feel bad about and regret, because I know if someone did that to me, I would be like, what the fuck? You know, like,
yeah.
What if you
upset. I was upset, like, during the whole process. Like, it just
But
sucked.
I just didn't want her to think that I was kicking her out and I didn't care if she lived in the street. Because I truly wanted her to stay down there and find a roommate. So, because I knew she could afford half the rent. So, I really wanted her to find a roommate. Or I even told you, like, I know you could do it. But I think for her, it was just too much with school, work, that... Yeah. I don't think you could have juggled everything at once. So thank you guys for watching. I will be filming again this Saturday. I have an event, so stay tuned for that video. But anyways, that was our story.
Instagram too.
Yep, follow me on everything.
She has all her stuff on there.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video of what it is. Oh, what's up? Got your nigga in the club.
For the summer, for my like summer color.
Wait, let me show people what we're using for lighting. Just in case the lights go out.
If that car, like the camera over here.
Oh, I'm not.
I feel like. All right.
Make your own channel. 20. Oh shit.
Wow. We're filming! Get out of here!
How long is this? 32 minutes.
That's okay.
Yeah, who cares? If you guys are into me, then you're gonna watch the whole fucking thing.